Hey guys, we on July right now. Here's an update on my Ataulfo rootstock. I did get hit pretty hard with powdery mildew, even in June, and even right now in July. You can kind of see it right here. Didn't really get much of a chance to spray this year. I think I sprayed maybe once the lower end of it. I didn't really get to even spray anything on top. Unfortunately, it was just been too busy. Because of that, you could see like usually the non-duck mice, I would have fruits hanging through winter from like a fall bloom. And as right now, you don't really see anything. There's a few fruit that's not there, but you don't see that huge kind of mature kind of larger size fruits that I would have had if I had done much better spraying from kind of fall to what I'm at right now. So let's see, kind of take a look at this. Not much going on. These more vegetation. I did get hit quite a bit hard with powdery mildew this last month. Let's see with that. And then prior to that, I think we had this really hot February that did a lot of damage to the tips of a lot of my branches. So none of these really held anything, but there's a few maha right there. That's pretty good. And let me kind of show you guys what's here's a cluster of this was a branch I grafted of what was at the time, this was years ago, and it was listed as a cowbell. I don't know what it is. It might be a cowbell, but I'm not really sure. It has always been very powdery mildew prone and very highly unproductive. So this was one of the last branch I had left of it. It's definitely not a Laverne Manila or variation of that. It's fiberless. I think it possibly could be the real cowbell or a seedling of cowbell. So had it years ago. This graft has been on here for decades. It blooms, but it's so powdery mildew prone. It never sets anything. This was a late rebloom, and it looks like it's doing pretty good. At least this cluster right here. So let's see. I'm gonna keep on going. I don't think there's much of any non-duck mai anywhere on here, which is expected. Didn't do any kind of spraying. Yeah, didn't really see it. Here's my California remit. Look at that. So this one, at least this tree, my timing on the reblooms was really quite perfect. I removed it and I think it was April or so, or May. I have to kind of go back to my notes, but it rebloomed quite well. And just look at that. Nice clusters, all healthy fruits. Okay. Here's some more of it right there. You can see it looking really good. This fruit right here is one of the first ones. You can see it's already kind of yellowing and off shape. And here's a variety that's a Laverne Manila that I'm hoping produces some healthy long fruits. The last time I had fruits on this, they were like 6-7 inch longs. Looking really good. It's a Laverne Manila seedling, but a unique variation on it. Almost fiberless with 6-7 inch long fruits. Okay, let's see. Try and see if there's any non-duck mai fruits on here. I think I kind of see a few up there. Like right there, that's healthy. Looks like full-size fruit, but not much. Okay guys, well, that's an update on this one. On to the next one. Here's the next one, and as you can I removed, gosh, it was like at least 10 feet or maybe more of the trunk on this, and I began grafting and top with a bunch of varieties. We'll see how most of this goes. This is a Julie right here, kind of bloom. I got a Juliet that's took. That's right, that one right there. Grafted some dwarf Hawaiian. I think I got one take on that. Grafted some Neelam. That seems to be taking. Some Neelam right there. Dwarf Hawaiian right there. I think I had a Kerry that's pushing. It's a Kerry. Got some Jahangir and Sun Pari. that is taking. I had sunpari for the first time this year. Sunpari was amazing. I had it in Florida. It was the closest thing I've had to an Alfonso, like an imported Alfonso from India. So I'm hoping these sunpari grafts end up growing really well, and hoping they're a bit more disease resistant than Alfonso. But I did make a lot of Neelam and sunpari grafts with a couple of Jahangir grafts. So trying to get a lot of dwarf slow growing varieties on this. Okay. Alright, so that's an update on that. And the fruitlets on here. There's a few fruitlets, not many. There's like a cluster right here. The heavy pruning kind of prevented a lot of blooms, and even the one that bloomed, the timing was off. I couldn't get this to rebloom right. See, here's a nubbin. Tell already. Okay. Okay guys, on to the next tree. So you got that section right there, which is a, so this is on a Ataulfo rootstock. You got that section right there, which is a Laverne Manila. We like it because we like eating it, kind of green and crunchy. Behind it is a Maha, and behind that is a pretty large Super Julie graft. To the right here is my California Remit. The timing on this rebloom was very poor. I couldn't, it was just off, you know. It was too late on it. Most of it just flush vegetation. But the ones that did rebloom set really nice fruits. Look at this. Look at the fruitlets on this. And the ones that made it through the first bloom being healthy. Look at the size on that one. I have a few of those. Right there. Look at all the powder mildew on this right here. Looking pretty horrible. Again, I'm in July. I got a Iman Pasan graft that took a cat that took a Pickering that took, and an M4. The M4 looks amazing, guys. Look at this. Look at that M4 fruit. Look at that. And this is a first bloom too. And here's some more. Right now there's about, I would say about 6 hanging around. There's one more right there. Hopefully half of them sticks out and makes it, you know, be super happy with that. Here's the Maha. Maha didn't really bloom for me this year. Must have been because I was holding on to some very late fruits at the end of last year. And here's Super Julie, which has been another disappointing year with it. My turpentine one seems like it's going to be holding some really nice Super Julie, but this one, the timing, it just seems to bloom a bit too early. You know, a bit too early. So nothing. I got one cluster that's kind of left, but everything else literally dropped. There's like one fruit left. Don't know if that's gonna make it. There's like one little cluster left, but everything dropped. Everything was nubbins. There was no embryo at all in any of the fruitlets that dropped. So you know, I'm not disappointed because of that. But this variety, at least the timing in my yard, has been a bit frustrating. So I need to really rethink how I'm gonna handle this next time. I might just like remove the first blooms no matter what, how it looks like, because it usually looks very clean, but just doesn't hold. It's a very good grower too, so that's a bit disappointing on this. Okay, well that's an update on this. On to the next ones. Alright guys, so here's the next tree or two. Unfortunately with this one, again, my timing on the rebloom was absolutely off. Nothing wanted to rebloom, so I was too late with that. The first blooms I got, they're all kind of like nubbins. I could tell already these ain't good fruits. They're not really going to increase in size. Same thing with that. I did get one cluster rebloom right there. That one looks, you can see those little pebbles right there. That one looks really good. But besides that, nothing really made it. See, that's one good cluster right there. You can tell on that. But everything else, you see this? You see these little fruitlets there and stuff? Oh no, Ben's not gonna be doing it. So this was a big fail on this. Unfortunately, that's the California Romance. Now let's take a look at peach cobbler. I think peach cobbler is gonna be an absolute winner this year. Look at this. So these are reblooms. I did remove the first bloom on a lot of them. Not all of them, but I did remove a majority of them. Look at this. So there's a lot of peach cobblers looking really good. Again, just 10% of this. If just 10% of this holds, I would be super happy. Lots and lots of little fruitlets. It's getting to pretty good size right now. Let me try to get a better angle. Some other ones. There you go. That, so that peach cobbler, you can see some fruitlets right there. So this is our peach cobbler right here. And oh, here's some good looking California rebloom. So this one actually, anything that rebloomed ended up looking really good. This is California Remit. Anything that was part of the first bloom was pretty bad. So didn't notice, at least on this side, it's looking pretty good. You can see I'm getting hit pretty hard with powdery mildew on this. This is actually like a pina colada, looking pretty awful. Even like the sweet tart is looking pretty awful too. Yep, at least in my area, powdery mildew just lingers on for a very long time. So at least these fruit look great. The California Remit look great, and the peach cobbler looks great. So that is an update. Alright guys, well thanks for checking this out. I'm glad that you guys are following me on this. Everything looking pretty interesting. It's not the bumper crop year that I was hoping for, but I am still going to be getting fruits, and that's because I kind of at least kind of giving myself an assurance to try to get a second rebloom on this. I don't remove all the blooms, but I did remove about a good 25-30% of them, and the ones that did rebloom, you know, looks good. The ones that just kind of held on didn't really do anything. The ones that flush vegetation didn't do anything, and most of the first blooms on a lot of these were just failed blooms. But you know, I like kind of giving myself an insurance. That insurance is removing a certain percentage of the blooms, hoping it triggers a rebloom, and that's the ones that I did get that from looks really good. The ones I didn't, where I got vegetation, didn't. But you know, something you guys need to think about it once your trees kind of get to this amount of size, just to kind of make sure you get some sort of fruit every year. Okay guys, thanks for checking this out.